Have you ever imagined that with just one small habit every morning, you could add 30 years to your life? It sounds amazing, but hold on, because many people in their 50s and 60s are actually starting to reap the benefits now. Hey, I know, we may be getting older, but our zest for life doesn't have to. Many of us, myself included, have families, grandchildren, and unfinished dreams. And today, I want to share something very simple but impactful. You don't need expensive supplements or sophisticated tools. Just do this every morning. The first one. Waking up early may sound simple, but did you know that this habit is one of the keys to a long and quality life, especially at the age of 50 and above? When you wake up early, not at 9 or 10, but around 5:30 or 6 a.m., you give your body a chance to align itself with the natural cycle of sunlight. Our bodies are designed to move according to circadian rhythms, a biological clock that regulates when we should wake up, eat, and rest. When we follow this pattern, the body responds positively. Research from Harvard Medical School suggests that adults who go to bed and wake up consistently at the same time tend to have more stable blood pressure, better controlled blood sugar, and better moods. Another study from Stanford found that seniors who woke up earlier and did light activities, such as walking, sunbathing, or just sitting outside for 10 minutes, experienced improved sleep at night, as well as a reduced risk of dementia. But that's not all. Waking up early also gives you quiet time. When the world is less crowded, you can be truly present to yourself. Imagine, you sit down to enjoy the fresh air, hear the birds chirping, or maybe just sip your tea and give thanks for the new day. Moments like these strengthen mental health, lower stress, and make you more connected to life. Even in a big city like Houston, there is a community of seniors called Sunrise Seniors who started regularly waking up at 5:30 a.m. to walk together in the park. Within 3 months, some members reported no longer needing the help of sleeping pills, blood pressure improved, and most importantly, they felt alive again. And you know what's most interesting? This morning routine can be the trigger for big changes. From simply waking up earlier, you start to want to move, eat healthier, and even feel more energized talking to your family. Because every morning that starts with mindfulness gives your day a new direction. Of course, the changes aren't immediate. In the first week, you might still want to pull the covers back. But trust me, within a week or two, your body will start to adjust. And that feeling of freshness, calmness, and vigor will come naturally. And this is what many people experience. They start early in the morning, and slowly their lives change. Number 2, 15 minutes that could change your life. Let's imagine for a moment, you step outside, the air is fresh, the sun is just starting to rise, and the world feels slower. Then you start walking. Not fast, not in a hurry. Just 15 minutes, one step at a time. It seems simple, but for your body and mind, it's a small revolution. Walking in the morning is one of the safest and most effective physical activities, especially for those over 50. It doesn't require expensive equipment, doesn't have to be in a gym, and can be done by anyone, including those with a history of weak joints or high blood pressure. According to the American Heart Association, walking for 15 minutes every morning can reduce the risk of heart disease by 30%, help control cholesterol levels, and strengthen the muscles of the legs and lower back. For those at risk of diabetes, regular walking has been shown to help improve insulin sensitivity and lower blood sugar naturally. But it's not just about the physical. Morning walks give the mind room to breathe. Some seniors even admit that their morning walk is their favorite time to think clearly, reflect, or simply enjoy the silence. It's a time of no pressure, no demands, just you and your own pace. At a senior living community in Asheville, North Carolina, a 72-year-old woman named Martha says she feels like she has a new life since she started taking morning walks with her husband. In the past, she often experienced joint pain and difficulty sleeping. But after consistently walking for 15 to 20 minutes every morning, she not only feels healthier, she also feels closer to her partner as they use the time to have heart-to-heart talks. And for those of you who may not be used to moving, start with 5 minutes, then increase slowly. No need to force it. What matters is consistency, not speed. Enjoy the atmosphere. Breathe in the morning air. Let your body reconnect with the nature around you. A morning walk is not just a light workout, it's a healing ritual. Every step you take not only brings you closer to better health, but also opens up space in your heart and mind for serenity. And as your body begins to feel lighter and your mind clearer, there's one simple yet powerful thing you can add to the mix, which is gratitude. After the walk, as your body starts to calm down and your breathing slows down, try to say 3 things that you are grateful for. It may sound trivial, but this habit has a tremendous impact on your mental health and longevity. And I'll tell you why in the next section. Once you're walking and your body is warm, there's one small habit that has a huge impact. Saying 3 things you're grateful for every morning. Just 3. But their power can reach into the deepest layers of your mental and emotional health. Gratitude isn't just about a positive attitude. It's a daily practice that can change the way your brain works. Research from the University of California, Davis, showed that seniors who regularly wrote down or said things they were grateful for over a 10-week period had more stable blood pressure, slept better, and felt happier in general. 3 things you are grateful for can be as simple as, I'm grateful to be able to walk this morning. I'm grateful I heard the birds in the park earlier. I'm grateful that my grandson called yesterday. Saying them quietly or even silently sends a strong signal to your brain that you are still alive, still connected, and still have meaning. At the age of 50 and above, many people start to feel lonely, disoriented, or afraid of becoming useless. This sense of loss of work, peers, even identity can sometimes creep up slowly without realizing it. But by being aware and expressing gratitude every day, you slowly shift the focus from what you've lost to what you still have. At the Golden Horizon Retirement Community in Arizona, they even start every morning meeting with a 3 gratitude session. One of the members, Leonard, a 74-year-old childless widower, says he felt awkward at first, but after 2 weeks he began to notice a change. His mind was clearer, his heart was less prone to palpitations, and he smiled more easily at others. Gratitude opened his heart to peace again. And interestingly, this habit doesn't require anything, just your presence and the intention to appreciate small moments. No need to write, no need to speak out loud. The important thing is you are present. Why is this important for longevity? Because chronic stress shortens life, and gratitude is a natural remedy that calms the nervous system, lowers cortisol, and strengthens social connections. When the heart is calm, the body works better. Once you realize the 3 things to be grateful for, your body and mind are ready to receive new energy. And at this point, one small habit can strengthen the foundation of your body every day. Drinking a glass of warm water in the morning. It may sound trivial, but warm water has an amazing effect in waking up the digestive system, clearing toxins, and providing optimal hydration after a night's sleep. Let's discuss its miraculous benefits. Now that you're walking and grateful, your body is ready to receive its first, most basic attention, hydration. But not just any drink. A glass of warm water in the morning can be an important foundation to keep your body healthy, energized, and clean from within. Why warm water? When you sleep, your body loses fluid through breathing and sweating. When you wake up, you are actually slightly dehydrated. Even mild dehydration can affect concentration, mood, and even kidney function. By drinking warm water right after waking up and doing light activities, you help your body reactivate your digestive system and metabolism in the most natural and gentle way. Warm water helps promote bowel movements, prevents constipation, a common complaint in the elderly, and also helps thin mucus in the airways, which often builds up after a night's sleep. It also helps flush out toxins accumulated during sleep, improves blood circulation, and warms the stomach so that digestion works more optimally throughout the day. Some people add a little lemon or honey. That's fine, but the core benefit remains in the warm temperature of the water. The warm temperature gives the stomach a sense of comfort and does not cause a shock like cold water, especially at an age where the digestive system is not as strong as it used to be. In the Maple Grove Senior Living Community in Oregon, one of the most anticipated morning routines is drinking warm water together on the porch. They call it morning greetings to the body. Some members report that after regularly practicing this habit, they rarely feel bloated or less tired during the day, and the quality of their night's sleep has improved. Of course, the results are not always instant, but within a few weeks, the body starts to feel fresher and lighter. This combination of morning walk, gratitude, and hydration is not just a ritual, but a way of telling your body, I care about you. And for those of you who may feel like you're not getting any younger, it's important to know that change is still possible. Even in your 60s or 70s, your body has an amazing ability to restore itself, provided you give it the right signals. But while this all sounds simple, the reality is that many people struggle to get started. There's laziness, joint pain, a restless mind, or a lonely feeling that's sometimes hard to explain, like John from Ohio. He felt it was too late to change, but as it turns out, it only took one different morning to reignite his passion for life. Not everyone can immediately start their morning routine with enthusiasm. Many feel, what's the point? I'm old, it's too late. And that feeling is very real. John Miller, 68, a retired teacher from Dayton, Ohio, once thought that way. His wife was gone, his children were far away, and his days began to feel empty. Waking up in the morning was no longer a fresh start, but a burden. He sat for hours in his rocking chair, staring out the window, and feeling like life was just waiting to run out. His body began to weaken. He had trouble sleeping. He gained weight. On top of that, he started forgetting little things, putting down the keys, repeating the same questions. She felt like she was losing control of herself. And most painful of all, she began to feel unneeded. Until one morning he received a call from his granddaughter, Lily, who said, "Grandpa, you promised to come to my birthday, right? I want you to watch me blow out the candles." Those simple words shook John. The next day he tried to wake up early. His body ached, his mind was heavy, but he forced himself to walk outside. Only for 10 minutes. He sat in the back garden, stared at the morning sun, and said softly, "I'm glad I could still hear Lily's voice yesterday." Tears fell from his eyes, not because he was sad, but because something warm touched his heart again. Day after day, John continued to try. Morning walk, drinking warm water, writing down 3 things he was grateful for. His body was still weak, but his mind began to clear. Within 3 weeks, his sleep improved. He started calling his old friends. She started laughing again. And when Lily's birthday came around, John showed up with his old guitar and sang the songs he used to sing to his children. He wasn't back to normal, but he was alive again. And not just alive, but present. John is not the only one. His story is a mirror for many people his age. And it's at this point that all those little habits, waking up early, walking, gratitude, and taking care of your body, converge on one pivotal moment. The realization that longevity is not just a number, but about feeling alive every day. And in the next section, you'll see how all of this culminates in the single most precious thing, a quality life. This is the pinnacle. All those simple habits, waking up early, taking a 15-minute walk, saying 3 things you're grateful for, and drinking a glass of warm water may seem mundane. But when done with intention and perseverance, they become the foundation of the one thing we miss most at this age, a sense of fullness of life. We often hear people say, "I want to live longer." But really what we want is not just to live 30 years longer. What we long for is a life worth living in the next 30 years. A life that still has laughter, connection, gratitude, and meaning. Medical science backs this up. A large study from the Blue Zones, the regions of the world where people live the longest, shows that older people who have healthy morning routines, positive attitudes, and daily gratitude tend to live longer and happier lives. They not only avoid illness, but also continue to feel valuable and needed. And the most beautiful thing, it's never too late. Your body may age, but your spirit can rise at any time. Your brain can still form new connections, your heart can still strengthen, and your soul always has the capacity to recover and love life again. Like John in Ohio or Martha in North Carolina, or maybe like you watching this right now. Because every morning is a new chance, not just to survive, but to create a life that is meaningful, deep, peaceful, and full of love. And who knew it could all start with 15 minutes in the morning? By now, you know. Living 30 years longer is not about expensive drugs or complicated medical procedures. It's about taking care of your body, mind, and soul every morning. And the conclusion of all this is very simple, but very powerful. Let's take a breath and reflect for a moment. What we're after isn't just more numbers on our age. What we want deep down, are the days that we can still enjoy. Time that we can still use to love, laugh, remember, and give a legacy of goodness to the generation after us. And that's not a distant dream. It can start tomorrow morning. Just imagine you wake up early, open the window, and walk slowly to enjoy the morning. When you get back home, you sit quietly, say 3 things you're grateful for. Then sip a glass of warm water while feeling your body and heart rejuvenated. These 4 simple habits are not instant solutions, but when done consistently, they are a strong foundation for a healthy, restful, and meaningful long life. And study after study has proven it. Health is not just measured by lab results, it's also about the spirit of waking up in the morning, a genuine smile, and the feeling of contentment that comes from the little things. You don't have to wait for Monday or the new year or anyone's permission. You can start tomorrow morning with one small decision, to be present in your own life. And if you feel touched, if in your heart there is a little whisper, I want to try it too. Zrenya, then let me share the first step you can take right now. Now I want you to pause and ask yourself, what is one small thing I can do tomorrow morning for a longer and more meaningful life? Is it getting up 15 minutes earlier? Is it walking to the end of the street and back? Or is it just sitting quietly and being grateful for the breath that still flows today? Whatever it is, pick one and commit to starting tomorrow morning. Just one step, and let that step pave the way for the next. If you find this video encouraging, share it with your loved ones, partners, friends, or family who also want to live healthier and happier lives in old age. And write in the comments, I'm starting tomorrow. We want to know that you are with us, that you are not alone. Because in this community, we encourage each other to live longer, healthier, happier lives together. Remember, it's not your age that determines the value of life. It's what you do today and every morning thereafter. Get started. Now to live 30 years longer and more meaningfully,